Hello everybody, it's me, Corbin again. And today I was going to talk about Devilman Crybaby, because I watched Devilman Crybaby again, and it's not nearly as good as I thought it. I burped again. It's not nearly as good as I thought it was. There's just a lot of it that bothers me now that I have seen now that I've read the original manga, and I've seen the OVA. There's a lot of stuff that bothers me about it. Like, one, it is way too freaking modernized. Way too modernized. The art style looks almost like Flash at times. It looks really crappy, where it's like it looks really still and flat, where the characters, their throats like get real big, or their faces get too cartoonish. When Go Nagai had his own specific art style, and it's not recreated at all in Devilman Crybaby. They did not attempt in any way to recreate Go Nagai's art style from the original manga in any way at all. It's completely unique to itself, which would be cool if Go Nagai's art style wasn't awesome. But even the music in it I like, even though I do think the music from the OVA is honestly better. I do actually prefer the OVA's music now. The OVA's music is like, there's the one that goes bow 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 bow. Why did I recreate that? But the OVA did it perfectly. Like, it didn't match Go Nagai's art style, but it was still closer to what the characters look like. They still had the big sideburns. Rio had like the cool tan jacket instead of the big white trench coat that he has in Crybaby. Rio looks stupid in Crybaby, man. They made Rio like way more feminine. They gave him like this bowl cut that looks goofy because it's like all shaven around the side, and then it's the really ugly bowl cut. And it's like, instead of the more darker blonde hair he had, it's like a really light blonde, and it just doesn't look appealing to me. The art style almost feels like something you'd see on Adult Swim. It doesn't feel like Go Nagai. It didn't do Go Nagai justice, and just the story in itself was changed to a weird degree. Like, Jinmin is Devilman's dad in Crybaby, and I thought that was odd. And because in the original, I don't remember who Jinmin's supposed to be. I don't think he's anybody. I think he's just some demon. But Jinmin in the manga doesn't like kill Akira's dad and Akira's mom. It kills like this little girl that was like his friend or something. Like, I can understand the change in the OVA where they made it his mom instead. So I understand why they made it his mom in Crybaby, because, like, I don't know who this little girl is. I don't know what Go Nagai was thinking. That actually, what honestly, it's like Stan Lee with Spider-Man, where Spider-Man had web shooters, but then Stan Lee thought like the way that the webs worked in the original Spider-Man trilogy was better. That's what I kind of feel like about that. Is where Go Nagai, him having the little girl come out of nowhere and just be like the Akira's friend, and like, and the audience has like no idea who this person is, changing it to his mom in both the OVA and Crybaby makes sense, but making Jinmin his dad makes Jinmin way less cool. Like, Jinmin has like friggin' hair, and he looks so, because he was so stylistic in the manga, and in the OVA, he doesn't look like how he does in the manga. And honestly, I like the OVA version better, because he's got like these gross little eyes that make me think of the freaking teacher from Goosebumps. No, it's a librarian, that creepy librarian guy from Goosebumps. That's what it reminded me of. And I just think Jinmin was so stylistic in both the manga and the OVA, but then in Crybaby, he looks so simplistic and stupid. He looks dumb to me. I don't like the way he looks. And then in the story changes to a point where it's really annoying. Like, I think that the rappers, they changed it from greasers to rappers, and that's really upsetting, because the rappers are really uninteresting. I really don't care about them. The greasers were made it like a product of his time, because it was the 70s. And I think if they should have made it take place in the 70s, I think it would have been cooler. I didn't like that they changed it from greasers to rappers. The rap music's not even good. It kind of sounds, it's modern, man. I can't with the. I know that's weird because it's like I should be into the modern like rap and modern music, and I should be into modern art styles and stuff like that. But I'm not, man. It looks terrible to me. It sounds terrible to me. Devilman. It's funny though. Crybaby was my introduction, and when I first got into Crybaby, I was like, man, all this other Devilman stuff looks stupid. Devilman Crybaby's where it's at. But now Devilman Crybaby kind of sucks to me. I don't enjoy it anymore. The original Devilman OVA and the manga were really good. I like Violence Jack. I like the stuff that was inspired by Devilman, like Parasite and Berserk. I'd rather watch Parasite and Berserk than watch Devilman Crybaby. I'd rather watch the Devilman OVA than all those things, though. The Devilman OVA is pretty good. And another thing that upsets me about Devilman Crybaby is Rio is, Rio, from the beginning, the very beginning, just seems like a complete a-hole. Like, the whole time, he's only doing bad things. He's never nice to Akira, ever. He's always a jerk to Akira. He's a jerk to everyone else. He's obviously the villain. From the very beginning, he's obviously the villain. He's got a bottle and he's killing people with a beer bottle. I mean, I think that does happen in the manga and the OVA, I think, but isn't the point that, like, Akira forgets it or whatever? I don't know. But then, like, that part I get. But then, there's other stuff where he's, like, where he explodes that old lady. He blows an old lady up and then kills that one guy and then tries to kill Miki, Akira's girlfriend. Not girlfriend. Foster sister or something? I don't know, but she's clearly the love interest. But it's really annoying as heck that Rio, like, the whole time never does, like, anything that makes you think he cares at all about humanity. From the very beginning, it seems like he wants humanity to die. Like, that's his goal. In the manga, he wanted the humans to win against the devils, but it does not seem like that ever in Crybaby. In Crybaby, the whole time, it seems like he's on the side of the demons. But that's supposed to be a twist. The twist is supposed to be that, you know, I'm sure you guys don't know this. This might be a big shocker, but Rio turns out to be the devil. But that's upsetting, because the twist isn't as shocking in Crybaby that he's the devil. You can hear that dog in the background. I don't know what's up with that. I'm just gonna, I don't understand. Barking at me. It's literally barking at me. Okay, then. But, yeah, Crybaby's just not nearly as good as I remember it being. But I do plan on, I'm going to reread the Devilman manga, and then I'm going to read Devil Lady, and then I'm going to try and read I think it's Devilman Saga? I don't know. Whatever the third part is, because that's supposed to be like the canon, 3. Because, I want to actually read all of Devilman. That's the main story. And then, obviously, I'm going to read Violence Jack, because Devilman's canon to Violence Jack, but Violence Jack's not canon to Devilman. That's the whole thing. That, like, even Future made a video explaining it, so I don't really need to explain it. But yeah, that's all this video is really about, is just me talking about how Devilman Crybaby, it's honestly not very good. I like it not that much anymore. It's kind of bland. Doesn't really do anything interesting to me. It does everything Devilman did, but modernized, and changes like a lot of the best parts. Like there's that part where they're supposed to be exploring like the house or the mansion or whatever, and they find that weird like helmet thing, that stone mask that you put on, and you see like the demons and stuff. That never happens. And then they don't explain how demons cross with animals until the very end, when I think that's actually told like near the beginning of the manga. But yeah, they changed so much, and I know like it's kind of annoying when people say, "Oh, it's different, so it's not good." It's good, it's enjoyable, but it doesn't live up to the manga. But I do actually want to see Devil Lady and Devilman Saga be made, because that would be the complete story. Those should be season 2 and season 3, because a lot of Devilman fans say, a lot of Devilman fans are like, oh, all these new people showing up, acting like, oh, when's season 2 coming out? That's the end. Technically, it's not the end. There's 2 manga sequels. Yeah, those are 2 separate series, but that is all one single, like, continuity. That's the canon. So that should be the season 2 and season 3, and then season 4 should just be Violence Jack, because why not? Violence Jack's cool. But if we get, I want to see those get adapted. But I think maybe they could learn. Well, I guess I was gonna say learn from their mistakes, but I think most people actually prefer Devilman Crybaby over the Devilman manga and the Devilman OVA, because, you know, to people today, kids these days, it's disappointing though, because now, like, a lot of Devilman fans are Devilman Crybaby fans, and I think a Devilman fan and a Devilman Crybaby fan are two different things. Most Devilman Crybaby fans come off as like cringy to me, and I know cringy practically means nothing anymore. But I mean, they kind of do. It's like they're like memers and viners, and I guess Vine's not a thing anymore, so it's more like TikTokers, and they make like little things about Devilman and how sad it is and how the ending's so tragic. But it's like, the manga came out in the 70s, man. I know that's hypocritical of me, because my first introduction to Devilman was Crybaby, but the original is just better.